Now, it's your turn.
I was technically an extra in Detective Pikachu. Yeah, my voice was in that cage fight scene. So I'm qualified to talk about this, right? Maybe? After Marvel took the movie industry by storm with the MCU, other companies tried their hand in making their own cinematic unit. Yeah, I can't even finish that sentence, they all failed. Like, do you remember Universal's Dark Universe, with its 2 movies that released 3 years apart? But a new franchise seems to be in the running for the next big cinematic universe, starring everyone's favorite terribly redesigned hedgehog.
That's a twist.
All jokes aside, I think a Pokemon cinematic universe has real potential, especially with the MCU slowing down after Endgame. But just what would be part of this PCU? Well, we already have Detective Pikachu, as well as a sequel that's been confirmed to be in the works. And there have been rumors about another 2 movies, one centering around Mewtwo and the other on Red and Blue. And if there's one thing I've learned throughout the years, it's that movie rumors tend to have way more credibility than video game rumors. No way, Kirito is coming to Smash? Huh, well count me out. Now I think a Mewtwo movie makes a lot of sense, especially since Detective Pikachu doesn't really explain its origin story despite a prominent role. It was created as a clone of Mew. Yeah, anyone who's anyone could tell me that. But the movie on Red and Blue is definitely an interesting idea, especially since a movie about a silent protagonist kicking everyone's butts really wouldn't be that interesting to watch. But the games did have an adaptation, which I think would make a great movie. You all know what I'm talking about. Pokemon Orange Adventures.
You never see it coming.
For those of you who don't know, Pokemon Adventures was a manga series that started in 1997 and is still continuing to this day. I haven't read the whole series, but I did read the original chapters, called Red, Green, and Blue. And let me tell you, this series really needs to be adapted in some fashion. It has some of the best stories and characters of the entire franchise, which I think would be amazing in the PCU. One of the manga's original characters, Green, was even added as an NPC in Let's Go, which is just insane to think about. Also, I can't believe I'm saying this, but if they were to adapt this manga, they may need to tone it down a bit. It's really dark and even gruesome at times. However, Pokemon creator Satoshi Tajiri has stated that, quote, "This is the comic that most resembles the world I was trying to convey." Now, if you're not already convinced that Pokemon Adventures should become part of the PCU, and you should read it multiple times and subscribe to my channel, then let me inform you on one thing. In this manga, Mewtwo uses a giant spoon as a weapon. Now that is pretty badass.
Spoon!
I don't get it.
Spoon!
You've probably noticed that I've been using scenes from what looks like a Pokemon Adventures anime. This was actually entirely created by fans, and I'll have a link to the video in the description. But what else could they add to the Pokemon cinematic universe? I have an idea that's pretty out there, but considering they started with Detective Pikachu, I think anything's possible. I think they should make an adaptation of Pokemon Conquest, taking place 3,000 years before the other movies. This could show off how Pokemon were used in ancient times, and how much the Pokemon world has changed. They would have to remove Mewtwo though. You don't exist yet. Now most of you are probably thinking, Pokemon Conquest? What the hell is that? But I know there's a few of you who are probably thinking, hey, isn't Pokemon Conquest a crossover with Nobunaga's Ambition, which is owned by Koei Tecmo? Why on earth would that become part of the PCU? And my response? I don't know, it would be cool. And remember how I said it was going to take place 3,000 years ago? Well, that's because AZ is totally going to be there. I feel they have to show the ultimate weapon at some point, but I don't think it's enough to really center an entire movie on, which is where Nobunaga comes in. It's probably definitely not happening, but you never know. Lastly, let's talk about Ash. I really don't want Ash to become part of the PCU, he's had enough attention. But if they had to put him in a movie, I feel it should definitely focus on him and Greninja.
Well, we're gonna be stronger. Let's go. Greninja, use cut now.
And I'm definitely not just saying that because I absolutely love the XY anime and really want the characters to return, but really, what other part of Ash's journey is worthy of its own movie? And your answer can't be the events of a Pokemon movie because that's already a movie and is therefore considered cheating. Also, taking an animated movie and adapting it to live action is the #1 way of removing all of its charm. I mean, have you seen Will Smith's Genie?
Genie, wishes, lamb, none of that ringing a bell.
So will a Pokemon cinematic universe be the movie industry's next big thing? Well, only time will tell. And if not, at least we'll always have our yearly animated Pokemon movie. Oh no.